Now to get in my big nice photo of the stop sign. Hopefully you've done what I asked you to do in one of the previous tutorials, and that is to upload all of your photos to a service called Photo Bucket. And if you have done this, you'll really start to know start to realize how important it was to do the things that I talked about in those opening tutorials. And if you haven't done it, you'll really start to lag behind and have to press pause in these tutorials. So this is my Photo Bucket account. I'll go to my library here. And you remember that we created a folder. I created one for the DRH, which is down this side. And I had a couple here, but the last one I created was DRH2. And this has all the photos, not all of the photos, but most of the photos that I'm going to use on my site, and at least all of the ones that I'm going to use on launch. And here is my stop sign. So I want to embed that stop sign into my opt-in form. And to do that, it's not too difficult. You hover over this gear sign here and you click on share links, and that'll bring up this box. And you want the HTML link. I think you can probably use others, but I use the HTML link and just cut it back. So just by clicking on that, it copies it for you, and you can come back over and paste it here, and that pastes that image, that embeds that image there. But there's another thing that you need to do. There's a whole lot of text here, but there's only some that are important. Firstly, you can take away this A ending attribute. You can delete that. From here all the way to here, where it starts the image, that's the actual image photo. That's what you want to keep. That's what is being embedded. This other stuff here is a link to the photo on Photo Bucket, and I don't need that. I don't want the photo to link to anywhere. So there's my photo there. Now, no promises that this will look as I want it to, but we'll save it and see what happens. We'll come over to our blog site and I'll reload it. There we go. So that worked. We've got two horizontal bars that are above and below my title. My title's no longer sitting as high as it was because I've put that in the body text, but it's still there, and all of the text on here is now white. I've got my big stop sign photo, and you can see how much that stands out more than the words. I've got my text in, so that's everything that I wanted it to do. The font style, so the actual typography of the font, I'm going to change, and I'll show you how to change at the end of the tutorial. I think it's good to have all of your content up, all of your written content, and then to change the fonts at the end so that you can see what it looks like live, the different fonts that we can do. So I'm not particularly happy with this font type, but I know that I'm going to change it later. The only thing that I would do here is potentially pull this up. I'll have a look to see what that is and open up a paragraph here. So I'll come back, and I want the gap between before and the stop sign to be closed. So the gap between here and here and this before. So I'll just bring that up, and to enter in a new paragraph, so at the end of headquarters and at the start of it's full, I want to put a P attribute, which is for paragraph, and I'll end the P attribute with that slash at the end of this paragraph. So hopefully that creates a new paragraph there, and it isn't all bunched up together. So I'll reload that. Okay, so now I've pulled up this before. I've got a new paragraph here. There's a gap there, and otherwise we're all good. So have a play around with your opt-in form. There's a lot of things that you can do to customize it. It's not restricted to what I've done, but just have a play and jump onto W3 Schools, which is a really important resource. And anytime you get stuck, remember that you can shoot through an email to the support team at Rainmaker, and they're just fantastic. They'll get back to you within 12 hours, and 9.99 times out of 10 they'll have the answer for you, and they're more than happy to give support. They are absolutely fantastic at giving support, so don't worry about that. Now, we'll continue on with my sidebar. So I've got my opt-in form there. It's pretty long, but I don't mind about that. It stands out, and I'm going to have a lot of content in most of my pages, so it can be that long. I'll come back over here to our content areas, and I'll close this. It doesn't mean you're deleting it, so the delete button will delete the widget. Close just, brings it back up again so that you don't need to edit it. The next thing that I'm going to add in is some more social icons. Not some more social icons, but my social icons again. I think it's important to have the opt-in form prominent and your social icons prominent. You want to be able to connect with people and give them the opportunity and the points of contact all of the time. You want to... I've gone to websites where I've been desperate to get in touch with people, but you just can't find their contact points. And so you don't want to miss those opportunities. So again, we'll go down to simple social icons, and you click on the heading and you drag it up to where it needs to be under opt-in form. Okay. I will put a title in this because I think that it breaks up the sidebars a bit by giving it a title, and my title is going to be "Come and Hang Out With Me," and I'll make sure that the link's open in a new window. Now for all of this customization here, you'll remember that we customize our simple social icons in our primary navigation menu, so in our header right. So if you scroll up here to the content area for the header right, you'll see our custom menu, which we have created, and we've also created our simple social icons. So we can use all of this customization and just copy and paste it if we want the simple social icons that appeared up here in our header right to be the same down here. So we want our icon size to be 50. Okay, we've got icon size 50, border radius 30, align right. I think I'll align this center, not right for this one. Okay, so we've got icon font color are the Fs, and I think the 2s were the same. Background colors might be different. So this background color is different. The hover color stayed the same. So I'll just make these quick changes. Okay, email tomallenlives@gmail.com. The Facebook I can just steal from up here. Put it there. The Twitter I know. The YouTube I don't, so I'll just add my Twitter handle, Tom Allen is, and I'll copy the YouTube channel there, and I'll save that. And we'll come over here and reload it and see what it looks like on the sidebar. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, they match here now, and that's looking pretty good. So that is the simple social icons on my sidebar, and the next thing that I want to add is a search bar to give people the ability to search through my website. So I'll drag the search bar here and I'll drop it under simple social icons. I'll just bring this up. My title for this will be Take a Wander, and that's pretty easy. We'll just come over and that should have uploaded pretty quickly. There we go, Take a Wander there. The last thing that I want to have is just some images. I could put some other widgets on there, but I just want to put some images just to dress up the sidebar. So I'll come to add images. I'll come down to this text widget and I'll bring that in. And we've done this before, adding images. I don't want a title. The text I want will come from our photo bucket images. So I've added all of these 4 images that kind of look a bit dirt road hackish. So come to your photo bucket if you want to add images. Again, you go to share links, HTML, come back over here and I'll paste it there. Remember, you can delete the ending A attribute and anything above where the IMG starts. So this the link there. Okay, so that's the first one in. I'll close that, and now I want this second one in, so share links, HTML, bring it back in, delete the end A attribute and everything above the IMG, come back over again, share that. So you can see now the value of having all of your photos curated and created and uploaded to PhotoBucket. It just makes the process so much quicker. If I didn't have these photos taken or purchased and I then had to go and do that and upload them, I'd probably spend a couple of hours doing that, and it's just such a waste of time when you're taking part in your 2-week trial. So we'll see what they look like. There we go, they look pretty good. Okay, so I've got then my opt-in form for my sidebar, my social icons, come and hang out with me, allows users to take a search of the site, and then I've just got some pictures just to dress up the sidebar. So that's my sidebar, that's all I intend to do with it. If you want to add any other widgets, if you want to have an archives widget, a calendar, a custom menu, featured posts, features pages, any of these widgets that you want to have in your sidebar, you can just add them over here. But for now, these are the widgets that I want. If you want to set up a secondary sidebar, you're welcome to do that too, but I'll let you do that if you want to do it. Okay, so that is our sidebar, and in the next tutorial, we will start putting together our page content. So that's pretty exciting. So I'll see you in the next tutorial.